Okay, trigonometric question 5. In this question, sikhuluma ngama-trigonometric ratios and a Cartesian plane. Sikhuluma nge-general solution la ku 5.2, 5.3 sine-identity la. In the description box uzothola ama-links for other recordings for the question paper esidiscussayo la. Okay, 5.1. In the diagram below, P is a point on the Cartesian plane, and then R is a point on the positive x-axis such that obtuse POR is equal to theta. Calculate without using a calculator the length OP ku 5.1.1. Sifuna length OP from la all the way up to la. This is the arm radius. It's what we call a arm radius, right? Arm radius. Okay. Umang draw this line ngifoma a triangle, and then the y is equal to 4, which is the opposite side, and then ux is equal to -7, which is the adjacent side kule triangle, right? And then lana bafuna ukuthi isicalculate ubani OP. The OP kuyafana nokuthi ubani R. So OP squared using Pythagoras theorem is equal to x squared plus r squared, right? So mina ngifuna OP, not OP squared. So ngizothatha the square root on both sides. Then OP is equal to nya substitutor. So after substitution, OP is equal to the square root of -7 squared plus 4 squared is equal to square root 65. Square root 65. So our answer lies square root 65. 5.1.2. Lana ku A basiphe tan, but isithole the value for tan theta, right? For tan theta on the Cartesian plane, ama trigonometric ratios wethu ahamba ngalendlela. Tan is always y over x. Sine is always y over r. The arm radius, the hypotenuse of the triangle, cos theta is always equal to x over r. So therefore tan is y over r, y nginayo, x nginayo, so we just substitute la. So our answer is 4 over -7. B, sino cos theta minus 180 degrees. Nazo. But lana, this is a reduction formula there. But our reduction formula, it must be expressed as 180 minus, right? So in order to, or let me say 180 kwamele eze ngapha and abe positive, this theta kwamele athathe position kabani ka 180. So in other words, you apply the sign change rule in order ukuthi lo 180 abe njani positive. So the sign change rule, it's like taking a -1 as a common factor, and then we change the signs of both terms ngaphakathi kwale bracket. 180 uyoba positive, negative 180 uyoba positive 180, the theta uyoba ubani negative theta. So the cos of a negative angle is positive cos. Yes, is positive cos. So sesine reduction formula ke manje. 180 degrees minus ithola on the second quad. On the second quad, cast using cast rule. Good trigonometry, cast rule is always your friend. 180 degrees minus imthola on the second quadrant, and on the second quadrant cos unjani u negative. So therefore we just substitute again, man. So the cos is what? Is x over r minus x over r, x nginayo, r nginayo. The r is the same as OP. Yeah, substitute, it's minus in bracket -7 over square root 65. So our answer is positive 7 over square root 65. Square root 65. Silago 5.2. Siyalago 5.2. 5.2 basilethela a general solution la, a equation basically. So lana bathi determine the general solution of, yes, of okay, one bit athi tip la or an advice la ku trigonometry kuyafuneka ukuthi uwazi amalokanje ama techniques work factorize, right? Ka grade 10 we did a difference of two squares kwamele uyazi. You're expected to know this one ngoba a common factorization is common la ku trigonometry. Difference of two squares, the cubes, grouping, as well as trinomials kwamele uwazi lama factorization techniques. Like for instance la ku 5.2 basiphe this equation but it's totally general solution for this one, right? Lana, what's happening is that kwamele factorize kuqala before you can find the general solution yakho. So into engizoyenza ngizothatha what's on the right hand side transpose it to the left hand side, right? So this one is positive nayifika ngapha iba negative, this one nayifika ngapha iba njani, iba negative. Then we factorize by grouping because kunama terms ayingaki i4. We're gonna factor out by grouping. Starting at these ones, at the first two. This first two, ngiyabona ukuthi sign lana is in fact a common factor. So puma sin x kusala cos x plus bani 1, and then ngapha I have cos 3 cos x as a common factor. Puma moyo mubi minus 3x cos x minus 3 cos x siyamkhipha kusala ubani cos x plus 1, right? Okay, when doing a factorization by grouping, ne, after taking out ama factors wakho kulama groupings wakho, lama brackets must be the same. So that's why I keep the minus as a common factor. That's why I keep it minus 3 cos x, not positive 3 cos x, right? So that le bracket leli na leli yafana. And then again I take out 2 cos x plus 1 is a common factor, ngisala no sin x minus 3 cos x again. Therefore siba now this is a zero factor law. This brackets equator to 0 and solve for the trigonometric ratio, and then I do the same nalana. This is equal to 0. Nga transpose a lot minus 3 cos x to the right wafika about positive, and then umang divide both sides by cos x, lo cos ucancela lo cos, and then ngapha sine over cos nikeza ubani tan x. Therefore ngifuna the reference angle for this one. The reference angle 1 equal to shift cos is equal to what? 0 degrees. But for this one asithi lana it's 0 degrees reference yami, right? This is my reference angle. Therefore x uzoba equal to 180 degrees minus 0 degrees. That's where cos anjani a positive corner, I mean a negative corner, second quadrant. So it's 180 minus plus k times 360 degrees, where k is element of integers. X is equal to 180 degrees plus k element of integers times the period yaka 360. Therefore bese siyabuya siyenza ubani, siyenza okay, oh yes, na two yama solutions la, but I don't think kuzoba njalo vele. Yikuphi la cos a negative corner, it's the second quadrant as well as the third quadrant. La ku third quadrant you know 180 degrees plus theta. So therefore 180 degrees plus 0 degrees ngithola 180 degrees. So there's no need ukuthi ngenze ubani negative. I mean there's no need ukuthi ngenze for the second one. For the third quadrant. Starting a reference angle. The reference angle for lana for tan 3 is equal to shift tan equal to 71.55 degrees. Therefore you could allow tan a positive corner. It's the first quad as well as the third quad. So for the third quad, x is over equal to 180 degrees plus the reference angle of 71.55. Answer is 251.55. 251.55 degrees plus k times 180 degrees. This is for the third quadrant. Or x is equal to 71.55 degrees plus k times 180 degrees. Okay, I believe good naso simplify ile ilo kanje equation yakho, then wathola lama roots lawo. From here lelo kale i-general solution yakho iba lula. You just check ama quadrant where ama solutions wakho atholakala khona, right? So sithola ku first quad ngoba ku first quadrant utan unjani positive, and then as well as the third quadrant, that's where utan aba positive as well. So now my solutions wethu, so ngizame ukusqueeze everything for this slide ngoba ngiyabona ukuthi ngizophelelwa ispace lapha enzansi, but 5.2 phelela la siya ku 5.3 where siyokhuluma ngale identity leya. 5.3 basiphe that identity ku 5.3.1 but he proved the identity given above. So let me erase bese siwenza 5.3. Okay, 5.3.1 sifuna ukuprove that identity. Angisho. Okay. The left hand side basiphe yona as sin 3x over 1 minus cos 3x. The right hand side is 1 plus cos 3x over sin 3x. Now for this one, as now we don't have something called triple angles, we only have double angles, right? If beguma double angles, then maybe besingakwazi ukusebenzisa ama identities wama double angles, but laba sipha ama triple angles. But something can be done la. Uma ngithatha the left hand side, ne? The left hand side, why ngithatha the left hand side? It's because the denominator is the denominator is a binomial, na two yama terms, or it's an expression, right? And then on the right hand side ngina only one term as a denominator la. So let's take the left hand side, simplify yon, right? Sin 3x over 1 minus cos 3x multiply ngubani ngo1. There's something esiyenzayo kuma SATs, right? Back in grade 11 there was something ebesiyenza called rationalizing the denominator. So nalana we are sort of like rationalizing it denominator yethu la, but this way. In fact si rationalize solve. This is 1 minus, right? And then mina multiply ngobani ngo1, but lo 1 multiply ngaye 1 plus cos 3x, which is the opposite of the denominator, divided by 1 plus cos 3x. Ngoba 91 plus cos 3x divided by 1 plus cos 3x ngithola ubani 1. This divided by this ngithola ubani 1. But angifuna ukudivide so that ngithole 1 again. Ngifuna ukuthatha lo 1 lo ngimultiply ngaye ini i-numerator, ngibuye ngimultiply ngaye ini i-denominator, right? Basically into engiyenzile ngimultiply ngo1 la. Into engifuna ukuyenza ngifuna ukuthi la ngaphansi kube ne term a1 just like the right hand side. So lana sizothi ke this, the numerators nango multiply ngithola that, the denominators nango multiply ngithola this. Now lama brackets ayafana, the only difference yini ama signs. So the denominator ngiya multiplier because this is a difference of two squares. 1 times 1 is 1, minus cos 3x times plus cos 3x ngithola minus cos squared 3x. Then lana asho uyayazi this thing le, sine squared x plus cos squared x is equal to what? Is equal to 1. But this time 3x la, it's the same thing, but ngifuna explain this why ukuthi lana it's y or 1 minus cos squared 3x is equal to sine squared 3x. It's because nang transposer lo cos yoba no 1 minus cos squared x, which is equal to sine squared. Ivela kanjalo this one. Sisebenzisa this identity kabani ka 1. And then lo sine 3x ucancel out sine 3x oyi-1 la ku denominator, then sisala nobani no 1 plus cos 3x divided by sine x, which is the same as the right hand side. 5.3.2 but it determine the values of x in the interval x element of 0 degrees to 60 degrees for which the identity will be undefined. A fraction nangabe divide ngobani ngo0 iba undefined, as well as the left hand side nala nangabe ngidivide ngo0 le equation yonke le identity izoba njani undefined. So lana izoba undefined if usine 3x are equal to 0 degrees, is equal to 0 degrees, or 1 minus cos 3x are equal to 0, right? So we have to solve the value for bani for x. We have to solve for the value for bani for x. You go plow sine graph or function ka sine is 0 corner. It's la kubani u0 90 nobani no 180 degrees. 180 270 nobani no 360 degrees. So it's la u0 180 no 360 degrees. That's where usine aba 0 corner. So how about the city? Instead of finding a reference angle, lana we are solving for a general solution in a way, but asiyenze so 3x is equal to yikupla sine awu 0 degrees corner, awu 0 corner, it's whenever uloganje usine awu bani awu 0 degrees. So divide both sides by 3 cancels 3, x is equal to 0 degrees, or yilana khona 3x are equal to 180 degrees. 3 divided by 3, x is equal to what is 180 divided by 3? 180 divided by 3 is 60 degrees. Is 60 degrees. Uyabona nangabe ngiyothatha u360 asimenzela 3x is equal to 360 degrees. Ngizothola ubani x is equal to 120 is equal to 120. 360 divided by 3 is 120, and x nangabe equal to 120 say ayikho ngaphakathi kwale interval. So that's why u360 singamenzi, but siphelela kuphi ku 180 degrees. Now asize la kulo cos 1 minus cos 3x, cos 3x uzoba equal to 1, right? Uzoba equal to 1. Yikuphi la cos are equal to 1 khona, it's whenever okay, function ka cos konjani, so 1 bese et and then yabuya et, so yes, so it's 0, 90, is it 180, 270, and then 360 degrees. So la ku 360 naku 1, I mean ku 360 naku 0 degrees ila sithola khona abo, that's where a function yethu is equal to 1 corner. So it's 0 degrees, x is equal to 0 divided by 3 is 0 degrees, or nagu 3x equal to 360 degrees. X is equal to 120 degrees. So this one is out again. So our answer 9. Whenever x are equal to 0 or x are equal to what? 60 degrees. Identity it is over undefined. So this is our final answer for question 5. Show support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. For now, guys, asponane on the next video. In the description box, namayama video ngawabukela as well. So for now, bye bye.